Hello everybody, it's Sportimus here, and this time I got for you for review is the Transformers Target Movie Scout Storm Surge. Now, his original version of himself is from the Cybertron series, where he was called Short Round. And on a side note, I was hoping to do something that was to be the first on YouTube, and it seemed like all the other reviewers were getting the Allspark line toys, and none of my stores in my area are carrying them at all. I don't see Landmine, I don't see the Black SUV, I don't see Incinerator, I don't even see Cliff Jumper repaint of Concept Camaro Bumblebee. So it's a little frustrating getting blown by everybody else, and I have nothing to show that's new. So I tried, but there's nothing I can do about what stores carry. But I did find this guy, and as far as I know, no one has reviewed him, so this is the first one. So at least I have something new to show. As you can tell, he is a hovercraft, and he is a Sector 7 hovercraft, and with these orange and blue stripes, he is a Coast Guard hovercraft. Now his other colors are bright green and polka dot purple. He comes with a removable gun, which fits right on top of that peg, but that hole there is a peg on the bottom, which really looks rather cool. And he has that Allspark blue in his windows, which I don't mind actually. It's a bright blue, and I think it's important that you use that color sparingly because it's such a bright color. Now he comes with a key. I should just show you this key. He has the different look to him. These Allspark keys are clear, and it's like a translucent blue with a Decepticon logo on it, which is kind of neat. And he just fits in his rear end here. And when you insert it, his missiles pop out, which look rather good. They got the same orange tips, and I have to say I rather like it. So I like this color scheme better than the original Short Round. He was a little too bright for my taste, but this one just seems right. Now there's not much to him in this mode. As you can tell, like I said, he's a hovercraft. And he does have little wheels. He has 3 of them, one in the front and one on each end in the back. Total of 3. And he rolls okay. There's not that much robot kibble, at least not to me there is. Even on the bottom, you couldn't really guess, other than his pelvis here, what he is. And he's rather solid. He doesn't flop around. His pieces are really well in there, so that's good. He doesn't fall apart or anything like that. So to transform him, just take out his gun, toss it aside, and on a side note again, the instructions on this guy suck. They suck. They are the worst I've ever seen. Well, maybe not the worst, but they're up there. So this is the way I do it. I don't care if it's wrong. Pull those apart, and these form his feet. So you're going to form his feet here by pulling those up. Spread them apart a little bit. And you're gonna. This is kind of reminds me of the classics Mirage, where they sort of accordion outward. And this is very well tightly ratcheted, except for the ball joints on the very top here. I think they're ball joints. No. Well, kinda. Whatever you call those. So those form his feetses. And to form the rest of them, you basically lower the... Oh, sorry. Missed a step. You have to then separate these. Just pull them away, straight out, and then bring them around the corner. And then you can lower his pelvis and waist down, where his head will fold up. His head is straight down, straight up, and then turn it 180 to face forward. I did a really crappy job of showing that. And these form his arms. You're going to form the so-called hands by sliding these back. Here's a detail of his face. Now his eyes are also bright blue, as well as his boobs. So anyway, what I tried to show was his head is actually like this and down, but when you form his lower waist here, this pops up a little, and you can pick it up and turn it around. And there is no real visible head syndrome on this guy. His key gimmick still works. So he's ready to blast you. There's a little hole there. And it's the same shape as this square rectangular peg there. So you just stick that. So that's how he holds his gun. He actually holds it just above his elbow, just forward of his elbow, because he has no real hands to speak of. And the reason for that is because he's basically a destruction machine. And it seems like a lot of these Decepticons in the movie line do not have hands. He reminds me of the Robotech SDF-1 without the twin booms. If you add the twin booms, SDF-1, well, anyway. If you haven't seen Robotech, you won't know what that means. But he's rather stupid. He has an intelligence of 3. He's very fast. Speed of 6, which is pretty quick. He's very powerful. He's got a 7 for Fire Blast and 3 for skill. So he's dumb, not very skilled, but he has a lot of firepower, and he's rather strong, which makes him a dangerous maniac. He doesn't really care about being careful. He just likes to spray stuff, and he loves to soak everything with corrosive salt acid, or basically spray jellied gasoline. Now let's see here. During fights at sea, the water around him erupts constantly into geysers, and depth charges will indiscriminately fall into the ocean and blowing stuff up from underneath. And on land, he sprays the area around him with emitters housed in his arms. So basically, he's just for mass destruction, and basically I read from the bio in the back of the box. Yeah. Overall, I like him. He's weird looking, but I like him. So anyway, let me show you what it takes to transform him into his toilet mode. Toilet mode? What are you talking about, Sportimus? What is this toilet mode you speak of? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that's one of the fun things about this guy. What he lacks in his robot mode, which I give him about a 6.5, he makes up for in his toilet mode. Let's see if I can remember how to do that. Fold these in, fold these in. This is not part of the instructions, okay, but I've never read anywhere online on how to do this, but I have seen pictures of this. So here goes nothing. I think this is how this goes. Yeah. Toilet mode. And here is Bumblebee kicking at Bumblebee. And there you have the hovercraft. That's my review, and I hope you enjoyed it. And it's the first one on YouTube. At least I got something in. Woohoo! Alright. So anyway, this is Sportimus telling you thanks for watching, have a great day, and see you next time.